What's up, everybody? This is Nick Bush. Today, I want to tell you a story about a client that I have. He's actually a repeat client, and part of the reason I'm telling you this story is to celebrate him, but the second reason is to hopefully motivate you and put some things in perspective. So this client, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want his business out in the world, so we'll call him Steve, right? I met Steve at an open house in 2018, at the end of 2018, actually December. And in 2019, he bought his first condo, right? That condo now is gaining tons of equity and there's a tenant in there. And so he has a property in his portfolio. At the top of this year, 2020, he closed on his second condo in Arlington, right? And that property has great equity because of the market we're in. And that is going to have a tenant because he just closed on his third property, same year, with his girlfriend yesterday, right? So in the course of really a year and a half, right? But we were pacing for 3 years, but this happened in 2019, 2020, that's 2 years, right? My client has acquired 3 properties. Now, he's not overly cash flowing from any of the properties, but each property is in a prime location where he's gaining equity over time and he has reliable renters. So now he has a portfolio of 3 homes, he lives in one of them, and he's a landlord to 2. And in 20 years to 30 years, those 2 homes will be, they'll be paid off by tenants and he'll have tons of cash flow. And by the way, for both of those properties, the rents are gonna increase every year, year and a half. The reason I wanna tell you this story is because he is now a real estate investor with a portfolio of homes, and he didn't have a lot of cash, right, to use to do it. The first home, he put 3% down of the sales price of the property. The second home, he put 5% down, and the third home, he put 10% down, right? He has gradually increased his net worth with not a lot of money, and he's gonna have, tons of equity in a portfolio for the rest of his life. This is important to understand because I talk to people all the time and they want to become real estate investors and they think that the only way to get in the game is to flip a home or to have $100,000 or to buy a property in a neighborhood where they can cash flow ridiculously but they gain no equity. The best way to begin your real estate investor process or to build a portfolio is to buy your primary residence, right? And then plan on how to buy a second one that leads to the third one. Right? So I want to celebrate my client because he executed that in such a short amount of time and he's nowhere near finished. But I want to tell all of you guys that it's so easy to become a real estate investor. And this started by primary ownership. And it's also so easy to become a homeowner. So if you're interested at all in, any of those things, right? Becoming a real estate investor, how to build a portfolio in that way, or just buying your primary home, let me know. The reason this excites me and the reason I decided to do this video about it is because my client is truly building wealth through real estate, and most people's biggest investment, and they're usually what they're using for retirement is their house, right? So it's super important to do it. Hit me up if you have any questions. If you want me to explain that in a little more detail, I'll be glad to.